Hello everyone, and welcome back to DM and Chill. I know this is technically not a cozy game, but it is a cozy evening. It's my first stream after coming back from vacation, so I wanted to keep it nice and light and relaxing and work on some cool Daggerheart stuff because Hope and Fear! The pre-orders are out, and thanks to a very awesome friend of mine, I have a copy of the PDF, and I want to start adding all of the new items and adversaries and environments to my foundry so that I can start using them in my 2 games that I run. Yes, I'm running 2 games now, as you guys probably saw with the last DM and Chill stream. On top of my guild building game that I'm running, I am also running the pre-built campaign frame Beast Feast. And I'm super excited for that one because we had the first session so far, and oh my god, it was so funny and so much fun. Everybody's having a blast. It's definitely a more chill, kind of silly game compared to like the more serious stuff that I usually run, so it's been fun. I've been having a great time with it. But Hope and Fear is out. I am so excited. Well, the pre-orders are out. The official version drops next month, where you can like pick it up in stores and stuff. But for now, I do have a copy of the PDF from the pre-order, and I will be working on adding all of the new weapons and armor and items into my foundry. I'm not gonna do images just yet. I just want to get everything copied in first so that I can make a compendium to put between my 2 games. Oh god. What is happening? That's not what I wanted. Okay, I did not want... Let me fix something here. We're gonna take that out so that I can have it off on the side and it's not gonna... I don't even have a thing open. Why is it doing that? I know, that might fix it. Or not. Hello, Kraz! If let's do that, maybe? Yes, okay, that fixed it. I didn't want that sitting over top of what I'm working on and splitting the screen weirdly. Okay, there we go. So I'm just gonna get right into it, and we're gonna start with the tier 1 weapons that are in the book. All of these are new items. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm actually gonna make... I don't know, I can only go 4 folders deep, but hopefully this is gonna be fine. So we're gonna do... Because I want to keep everything together, and I'm going to throw it into a compendium to put between my games so that I don't have to do this. I don't know if they're going to put out something for Foundry Born with the additional stuff. I don't think they can because of the way the OGL works right now. There is a kind of a system for that, Eagle, where you can like augment and upgrade weapons. It's the motherboard campaign frame that has it. I'm planning on using it and adjusting it to my guild building game so that they can do stuff like that too. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a folder called Hope and Fear, and hopefully my stuff's not too deep that I can't just throw everything in here and keep it together, otherwise... Okay. Dread Domain, throw this in here. Okay, because that's all I've done so far is add the classes, add the witch class for Izumi, because that's what she's playing. I haven't added any of the other classes, and then I added the Dread Domain. Now, I did pull in all of the official art specifically for my personal Foundry. I'm not putting this out for people to use. Like I said, I don't know what the rule with that with the current OGL is. So I don't know if the people that make Foundry Born are going to put any of this out to download. So I'm just doing it all myself at this point. I've been putting in my own pictures for weapons and stuff because I think, I don't know if they do, but I think the Void module that was added on with all the playtest stuff uses AI for their pictures. So I'm just trying to change stuff out either for official art or stuff that I've pulled from like the Fire Emblem games, just so that I'm not dealing with AI stuff. Do I need that countdown anymore? I do need that countdown still. That's... Ah, I see what you're saying. Okay, alright, so we're gonna go in with... Let's create a new folder. Weapons. We're gonna do primary weapons. And we're gonna do tier 1. Like I said, I'm not doing pictures or anything for these just yet. I just want to get everything in to Foundry, and then I will worry about adding pictures. Because I still haven't finished adding pictures. I haven't finished adding pictures for the SRD weapons. I was working on that today. I still have to finish the tier 3 and tier 4 primary weapons, and then I need to go through and do all the secondary weapons. That got put off to the side for a little bit while I was world building, and then when I was trying to get Beast Feast together. Also, as you guys can see, I have changed my landing page for this game. I did have that like really complicated kind of game menu one where you could scroll through a bunch of different things. We were having slow loading issues when it came to that, which became a problem, like especially Izumi. Izumi was taking like 10 minutes to load just to get into the landing page or to go between the different pages. So everything that they could look at on the old landing page is simplified and available in here. So they can pull up the party journal, which has all of the party information. I like this because then, you know, nobody has to turn around and like, Alexander, who's our main healer, doesn't have to turn around and go like, hey, Blair, what are you at for HP? He can just pull this open at any point because it's available to everyone in the actors panel. And then they can check party inventory. This is what they all picked up in the last session, that nobody's like, it's either stuff in the party inventory that nobody's claimed yet, or that they can't use and are going to sell later, stuff like that. And then they can check the notes, which has all of their main current quests in it. And I will update this as the game goes on as to what their quests are. They have more quests they can pick up in the different areas they are going to. But for now, that's what they've got. And then I'm going to be adding stuff to the map as they travel. So this is the guild hall where they've been. So this is Kyre Star's Reach, and these are the people that are currently there and the enemies in the area, which I think is really cool, because then if I click on it, it pulls up the full character sheet, but if they click on it, it pulls up like a limited thing where it shows like her tier, what type of adversary she classifies as, and then this just at a glance information, so that they've got like a little bit of that information as to like how old she is. And then this one will change depending on who is currently traveling with the party in regards to people who aren't in the guild, and then people who are in the guild. These are all the people that they are currently escorting to the capital of the Halidom. And then they've also got the party quest, the list of quests in here if they wanted at a quick glance. And then this is the ancient ruins that they are currently that they are currently exploring, because the 3 kids that are with the party, Lou, Reyna, and Hector, have all run off. They heard about the ancient ruins. The tutor was like, no, it's too dangerous. We have to keep the prince safe. You guys are not going in there. The kids decided they were going in there anyway. So the party is now trying to find them. And these are the enemies they've run into so far. I will add more to this because there are more enemies for them to run into. They will be added as the party runs into them. But my plan is for eventually, for every new place that they go to get that information as to what enemies to expect in an area, especially because some areas they're going to be traveling through more than once. Like they're going to be going, like this mountain range, they're going to be traveling through it to get to the capital of Haven. And then they're going to be traveling back through it to get back to the neutral zone when they're done their job. So then on the way back, they'll know what enemies to expect and what to prepare for, based off like their card loadout and stuff like that. And then when there's like towns and stuff, it's going to have information on NPCs that they've met there, maybe on the shops that they've run into, so that they can kind of remember where to find somebody that they might in the future potentially recruit. So anyway, that aside, that's just a small thing that I changed compared to that stream where I did the whole insanely complicated. And then the other thing that they can do is they can all click on each of the characters. So like Alexander would be able to pull up his character sheet. Now I can pull up everybody's character sheets because I'm the GM. But if Alexander, for example, clicked on Blair, he would only see her name, her class, her subclass, her background, or her community, and her ancestry. Yeah, well, not everybody in the party thinks ahead, but there are people who do. But I think we're just going to get right into this and start adding new weapons. So the first weapon on the list is a katana. Like I said, I'm not adding pictures right now. So let's see. We are a tier 1 weapon. We use agility. We are melee. We are two-handed. And then it's a d10 plus 3 physical damage. And we have the, is it in here? Quick feature. I gotta pay attention to what features I might have to go in and add. Okay, perfect. And that's essentially all we're doing tonight, is going through and adding the new weapons, the new armor, and the new consumables and loot. And if we get all of that in before the end of the night, then I'll start adding in the new adversaries. That's essentially what tonight's going to be. So we've got brass knuckles. This just makes me think of one of Mel's characters, Rosie, who I gave a pair of magic brass knuckles to. And they were called Thoughts and Prayers. This is not my idea. I found this on Reddit. They were called Thoughts and Prayers. Thoughts did psychic damage, and prayers did radiant damage. They were a monk. So these became their monk weapon, and they were the funniest set of weapons throughout the entire campaign. This is my very first D&D campaign that I ran. Alright, so this is melee. It's one-handed. D8 plus 1 physical damage, and no feature. And then we've got a scimitar. Oh god, I'm gonna have to find so many new pictures from different games. Okay, tier 1. Presents. Melee. One-handed, D8 plus 1 physical, and no feature. Cool. Twisted dagger. Tier 1 knowledge, melee, one-handed D8, just a D8? Just a D8 with piercing. Is that not a thing? Oh, I gotta go make that. Okay, hold on. Let me go into my homebrew tools And item features. Let's add a new weapon feature. We are calling this piercing. Damage dealt with this weapon treats the target's minor threshold as having a -2 penalty. Okay. Now, can I do this? I don't know if I can... I don't know how I would set that up with actions or effects. So I'm going to leave that for now and come back to it when I figure that out. Unless, is it generic? Let's look under generic. Okay, let's see. Configuration. Cost, range, target areas. No. Okay, that's fine. That's really just something as a DM that I have to pay attention to. Okay, that's fine. Right, did it? There we go, okay. Alright. Some of this stuff I know how to automate, some of it I don't. Oh. So it does that for me. Okay. Let's go fix that. Kage's learning new things today. No? Did it not save? Hello? Hello? Save. Save. Okay. It's weird that it does it that way compared to the others, but that's fine. I'll live with that. I can live with that. Alright. Weapon. Whip sword. Oh god. Somebody's gonna turn into Byleth. The Fire Emblem character, not the dog. The dog's namesake. Very close. One-handed. D8 physical, and it is versatile. How is that not an option? What? Why is versatile not in here? That's weird. It should be. Hold on, let me check something. Is the void turned off? It might be from... Did that come from the void? No? Why is it not showing up? Versatile should already be in here. That's weird. Oh, that's right. I remember how I did that before. I made 2 versions of this. Of the other versatile weapon. Right, okay. I remember how I did that. We're just gonna do weapon, whip sword, versatile. And then I just give the player both, and they can choose which one to equip based on how they want to use it. So it'd be finesse, melee, one-handed, and then it's a D10. Okay. To be fair, I wouldn't know how to automate that anyway. Okay. And then the final tier 1 is a rope dart. Or tier 1 weapon anyway. Okay. And it's instinct, close, two-handed, and a d6 plus 1 physical damage. And no features. Cool. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna add a tier 2 folder. Oh. Right. I forgot. I can't do this for... How did... That's annoying. Alright. That's annoying. There's supposed to be a module that lets you do more folders deep, but I couldn't get it working. But it's fine. We'll do it this way. Okay, so we have bright sword. You're a tier 1 magical weapon. Strength, melee, two-handed, d10 plus 3 magical damage, and no features. Okay. And then Shadow Blade is a tier 1 presence, melee, one-handed. Oh, this does both. Okay, d8 physical, magical. Okay, I have to make a new feature. There's a lot of new features on this one. Okay. This is called Worldly. Let's see. On a successful attack, you can deal physical or magical damage. I'm putting that "or" in caps because I know someone's not going to read that properly. Oh, did that not save? And we all know who I'm talking about. Am I gonna have to reopen this for it to take? I think so. Why must you do this to me? There it is. Okay. Cool. Alright. We have Enchanted Chakram. Man. I don't even need to make weapons for the FF14 classes now. That's a stream I want to do, is working on those and figuring out how those are going to work. Okay, so let's see. We're tier 1. Finesse. Close. One-handed. I hope we get an off-handed chakram as well. D6 plus 1 magical damage. Now, do I have to make another one? I do. Okay. Let's close you while I go make the thing. Wrong button. Okay. Ricochet. If I could spell correctly, ricochet. Let's see. When you throw this weapon, it returns to your hand. When you make an attack, you can mark a stress to target another creature within very close range of the first target with that attack. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense for a chakram. Okay, casting dagger. Tier 1, instinct, close, one-handed, d6, magical damage. Oh, you are also versatile. Okay. We can do that. Casting dagger. Versatile. It's instinct and then right? Yeah, instinct, melee, D8 magical damage. Okay. Let's see. Rune lock pistol. Oh, we're getting guns. I mean, we already had some guns. Okay, let's see. Knowledge. Far. One-handed. D6. Plus 3 magic. And then reloading. Hey, that's one I don't have to make. Okay, cool. Arcane rifle. I had a character that had something like that where she could load it with different elemental rounds to do elemental damage. She was my ranger with like plus 15 to her ranged attacks. I miss her. Thillian was one of my favorite characters to play. She had such great growth throughout the game. Okay, this does not have that. Okay, so this is new. Alright. Item features. This is called aimed. Your attack has disadvantage if the target is within very close range of you or within melee range of one of your allies. You can mark a stress to ignore this penalty. Okay. I gotta check if I set that up as... Okay, I did set it to very far. Okay. Alright. Is that all the tier 1 stuff? That is all the tier 1 stuff. Alright. We are on to tier 2. Let's see. Improved katana. You are tier 2. You use agility, melee, two-handed, D10 plus 6 physical, and you use the same feature with quick. Okay. that's usually how these, like, base weapons work, like the broadsword, improved broadsword, advanced broadsword, legendary broadsword. They all usually have the same, if they have a feature, they usually all have the same feature, because these are like the base stuff that you can like regularly buy, and then you have the more enchanted stuff. Okay, let's see. Improved brass knuckles. Oh, Hana's dropping stuff upstairs. That or Morgan's being silly. 2 strength, melee, one-handed, D8 plus 4, physical damage, and no feature. Okay. Then we get into improved scimitar. If I could fucking spell. 2 presence, one-handed, D8 plus 4, physical damage, and no feature. Okay. Then improved twisted dagger. Now, Kraz, I know I promised you a decent item in return for that shiny Pokemon you gave me to give to Hana's character. I'm gonna tell you this now, you are not gonna find it in the items I'm putting in the game. I picked what I was giving you a couple weeks ago before Hope and Fear released, so you got a little while. It's in the dungeon you guys are in. Melee, one-handed, D8 plus 3. Physical damage. Piercing. Okay. Alright. Improved whip sword. Very close. One-handed. D8 plus 3. Physical damage. And then the versatile version. I did give you a hint about it last night. But what you're getting is the reason I want to try to get as much of these items in as I can before next session. But I'm gonna tell you this now, once you get this item, you're not getting another, like, super insanely good thing for a while. Let's see. Finesse, melee, D10 plus 3. So he has the ability pick and pull. So he has advantage on lockpicking. Instinct. Close. Two-handed. D6 plus 4 physical. And no. Okay. Why did it take the expansion for us to get a war pick? Is my biggest question. Strength. Melee, one-handed. D8 plus 3 physical, and then you have the feature deadly. Cane sword. Oh, I know who's gonna want that. A certain Qatari. Finesse. Melee. One-handed. D8 plus 4. Physical. With the retractable property. Cool. Alright. Bladed fan. These are going to be coming in handy for a lot of the NPCs too. I have needed unique shit to give NPCs, and I've been pulling a lot from Fire Emblem. Presence. Melee. One-handed D8 plus 3. And then you have the... Is this a thing in here? Yes, parry. I should know this, but to be fair, I've only just started making my own weapons. I'm pretty sure that's not how you spell Kyurgen, but I'm pretty sure they did that on purpose to make it look like a name rather than the actual word Kyurgen. Because I'm pretty sure that's not how you spell Kyurgen. Knowledge. Melee, one-handed. Oh, this is a weapon that I should give to Blair, especially because of its property. On a successful attack, the target must mark a source. Yeah, this seems like something Blair would use. Creepy witch who likes to take body parts that she is. Lance. Instinct. Very close. Two-handed. Depends on how you're using that lance. I would say a lance should be versatile, because when you're on a horse, you're usually using your lance one-handed because you've got a shield in the other hand. Or, well, you've got a shield on the arm and then the horse's reins in the other hand. That's just personally my take. At least I did give it the cumbersome property, because they are, like, annoyingly heavy. Javelins. Okay, are we using these as a throwing? We are, okay. Let's see. 2. Agility, very close. One-handed. D6 plus 6 physical damage with... This is a new... Okay, this is a new feature. Let's go at it. Stockpile. You can throw this weapon at a target within far range by making an attack roll using agility without having to retrieve it, as you always have another one. Okay, that's that. I don't know how I feel about that, just because I'm so used to ammo and TNT. This is just so that they don't have to worry about running out, I guess. Because they don't count arrows either in Daggerheart. Okay. So that's all the physical tier 2 weapons. Okay. Improved bright sword. Strength. D10 plus 6. Magical damage. No feature. You're two-handed. Okay. Improved Shadow Blade. Shoot, did I did not. Tier 2. Presence. Yeah, okay. Now I'm second guessing myself. Melee. One-handed. D8 plus 3 physical and magical. Feature otherworldly. Cool. Improved enchanted chakram. Two. Finesse. Close. One-handed. D6 plus 4. Magical damage. Ricochet. Casting dagger. You are a versatile weapon. Finesse. Close. One-handed. D6 plus 4. Magical damage. Why did it get there? Improved casting dagger. Versatile. I'm sure there's another way to do the versatile thing. I'm gonna have to look how to do that. But I will do it later and fix it later, because right now I'm just gonna do it the way that I did it before. Agility, finesse, then it's melee, one-handed, D8 plus 3, magical, okay. And then improved Runlock pistol. Tier 2. Knowledge. R. One-handed. D6 plus 6. Magical. Reloading. Okay. Improved arcane rifle. Agility. Very far. D10 plus 6. Magic damage. Two-handed. Magical. Aimed. Cool. Okay. And we have an enchanted shillelagh. I have a shillelagh. It's downstairs somewhere. Strength. Melee. One-handed D8 plus 3. Magical damage. With the protective property, which adds... my ankle witches. Hold on. There we go. Which adds a +1 to your armor score. Cool. Alright. Let's see. Displacement razor. What do we mean by razor? Like an actual razor? I'm confused. Or like a serrated sword. Or scythe, I guess. I don't know. Finesse, melee. It's two-handed, so I'm thinking it's like a scythe. D8 plus 3 magical damage. And then feature is not in here. Okay. No, wrong button. Omnipresent. Okay. You can make attacks within very far range, but must do so with disadvantage. What do you mean by razor? I know what most weapons are, but I don't know what they mean by displacement razor. Okay, spellbound bangles. I know what bangles are. Okay. Like, my first thought would be like a straight razor, but there's no way a straight razor is two-handed. Melee, two-handed. D10 plus 6 magical damage. Feature, no feature. Okay. Fury gem. Instinct. Close. One-handed. Oh, you know what? It could be a reference to Mehrunes razor. I mean, they do literally just have a straight up gunblade in here, so that wouldn't surprise me. D8 plus 3 magical. Burning. Okay. Enchanted loot. Presents. Close. Two-handed. D8 plus 3 magical. With invigorating. Cool. Alright. And our last tier 2 is a splinter shaft bow. Yes, please, give me more bows. Can always use more bows. Agility, far, two-handed, D6 plus 6 magical damage. Hi, Lucina. Oh! New feature! Whee! Don't mind me, I'm in a mood today. Volleyed. Spend a hope to target a group of creatures within range. Targets you succeed against take half damage. I'm excited to see what we're going to get on the Void now with this book out, because all of the playtest stuff that was on the Void except for like 2 classes is now official in this book. So they're going to be adding more stuff. In fact, they just added Summoner, which I need to add into my stuff because I don't know if the Void module has been updated. And now we're on tier 3. Weapon. Advanced katana. It's not just a katana, it's advanced katana. Agility, melee, two-handed, D10 plus 9, physical, advanced brass and knuckles, strength, D8 plus 7, and no feature. Advanced scimitar. Presence, melee, one-handed D8 plus 7, and no feature. Nope, not loot. We're not there yet. Let's see. Advanced twisted dagger. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna look through, because now I really want to fix this. Because I really don't want to have to make 2 things every time I make a versatile weapon. So let me see what I have in here that might be versatile. I should know this off the top of my head, but that's Those are ones that I've made. I need... anything versatile? Oh. Cumbersome. No. Scepter is? Thank you. You'd think I'd know that off the top of my head, but I have so many weapons to memorize. Okay, so how... Aha! Okay. Okay. I get it now. Alright. Let me go back and find everything that's versatile. Oh, you're not gonna let me copy this over? Hello? Why? Well, screw you too. Give me the fucking picture. I'll just copy the fucking picture. And then maybe I can copy it over. Okay, how does this work? Curation, effects. Okay. Okay, so we're just adding another damage type, okay. Proficiency plus D10. Okay. Okay. Was the original Twisted Dagger not versatile? Or did I just forget to... Oh. Twisted Dagger is not versatile. Twisted Dagger uses piercing. Why do I have... Because I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay, so... Can I copy this over now? It will not let me. That's fine. That's fine. We'll do it the long way. Hello, Eli! Okay. That's fun. That's fun. It's fun. Hit points. Proficiency. Plus D10. Plus 3. Okay. And now I can delete this. Okay, I will come back to you. This does make things easier for me. Okay. Damage. Magical proficiency. Plus D8. No bonus. Oh. There goes the feeder. The cats are gonna go running. Or not. Lucina does not seem to care. Are you not hungry, baby girl? Is your stomach still bugging you? Poor Lucina has been having tummy issues since we came home. I did it on the wrong thing. Okay, so we are proficiency. She has an abnormally small intestine and kidneys, so she's on a probiotic to help her eat. But when we left them a whole big bowl of dry food to get them through the weekend while we were gone, and when we came back it was empty. So I think she ate too much and upset her tummy, and it's still getting out of her system. We've had to give her a couple baths since we came home because she had poopy butt. Scared the shit out of us like 6 months after we brought them home the first time because she stopped eating for several days. But once we put her on the probiotic, she was eating just fine. So we have both of them on the probiotic. No, Twisted Dagger's not. Once again, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yours is piercing. Here we go. Also, I did not capitalize you for some reason. Here we go. Okay. What sucks? Now that we're back to where I want to be. Advanced Whip Sword is versatile. Okay, settings, tier 3. Finesse. Very close. One-handed. D8 plus 6. And then versatile attack. Proficiency. D8. Or no, D10 plus 6. Okay. Cool. Perfect. Okay. I don't need you open anymore. Okay. Advanced Rope Dart. Tier 3. Instinct. Close. Two-handed. D6 plus 7. And no features. Okay. Now we're on the new stuff. Okay. Blitz Hammer. Okay, let's see. 3 strength, melee, one-handed, D10 plus 7 physical. And what is your feature? It is a new feature that I need to add. So I haven't added enough of them already. Alright, accelerator. Once per scene, mark a stress to move to far range, then make an attack. Gain a +1 bonus to your proficiency on this attack. Okay. That's not bad. Okay. Next is Platinum S-Talk. And S-Talk is a type of how do I explain this? It's like a rapier in that it's like a thrusting weapon. So it's a sword, it's a thrusting sword. It's just not it's not a rapier. But it's a similar type of weapon. Finesse. Which is why it uses finesse, because point work requires a lot of hand-eye coordination. D8 plus 7 physical. Yes! Bullfighter's sword. Not that we condone bullfighting. Piercing. Okay. Soldier's pike. Okay, let's see. Tier 3, you are an agility weapon. You are a very close agility weapon. You are two-handed. You are D10 plus 5. And is this a new? Yes, it is. At least, like, the new as I add the new features, I won't have to add them again as I get further in. It just messes with my flow. Okay, so braced. When an adversary within this weapon's range deals damage to you, you can mark 2 stress to force them to mark a hit point. My players learned all about stress last night when they got enveloped by slimes and had to mark stress in order to take actions until they were freed. Okay. Chained Scythe. Are we talking like Kusarigama? I would assume that's what we mean by chained scythe. Okay. Instinct. Very close. Two-handed. D8 plus 5 physical. You use the quick. Nope, nope. I opened the wrong thing. You use the quick. No! Do what I want you to do, please. Thank you. Okay. Singing sword. Oh boy, that's a Critical Role reference if I ever saw one. Scanlan had one of those. Okay, presence. Very close. One-handed. D8 plus 5. See, I would have made this a magical weapon, but that's just me. And then, is this one that I have? It is not. Okay. Back to the homebrew settings. It's not really homebrew, though. Oh god, am I gonna have to add all of these weapon features again? And I hope not. I hope not. Maybe there's a way to carry them over. When you critically succeed on an attack, all PCs within, not PBs, PCs within close range gain a hope. There we go. Okay. And then Bladed Star. Well, that's a shooter cat. That's just a shooter cat. 3 knowledge, close, one-handed, D8 plus 7 physical. Oh, okay. This is not one that we have. Rebounding. When you throw this weapon, it returns to your hand. On a failed attack, you can re-roll your attack with disadvantage. All the tier 3 physical weapons. Let's get to the magical weapons. Advanced Greatsword. Strength. Melee, two-handed, D10 plus 9, magical damage, no feature. Advanced Shadow Blade, presence, melee, one-handed, D8 plus 6, physical and magical, otherworldly. I'm not adding any special actions to that, even though it's 2 different types of damage, because it's the same dice roll on the damage. And I can easily just have my player tell me if they want to do physical or magical. I know some adversaries have resistances to physical or magical, or weaknesses to physical or magical, so that would only apply depending on what they decide to use. So I don't really need to add anything special for that, like I do for versatile. Advanced Enchanted Chakra. Finesse, close, one-handed, D6 plus 7 magical damage with ricochet. Okay. Advanced Casting Dagger. Instinct, close, one-handed, D6 plus 6, magical, and then we will add versatile attack. Skin monsters, how rampant its resistances? So a lot of the adversaries I've looked at for the most part, like in depth, are the ones that I've used in game, and I haven't actually run into a lot of resistances yet. I mean, I'm mainly working with tier 1 monsters right now. So, I mean, I can give it an in-depth look and give you an answer later. But I really, honestly, personally, don't look at at adversaries in depth until I use them. Because there's a lot of information to retain otherwise. Instinct, melee, d8 plus 6. I think the only one that I've run into that has a resistance is one that I took it off of Reddit. It's the first boss monster. It was built for the Beast Feast campaign, but it's the first monster the first boss monster that they're going to be fighting. I don't want to say what its resistances are because Kraz is in the chat. And granted, I don't think they're going to be fighting the boss anytime soon because they're only on the first floor of the caves, and they've got like a good 4 other floors before they get to this thing. But they know it's on floor 5. But I don't want to give any clues as to what they're up against. Because I am... What is with my G key tonight? I am actually really proud of the changes I made to this thing. I took it off of Reddit, but I made some slight changes to it as to how I want it to work. And I think it's going to be a really difficult but really fun fight. Because I like torturing my players. We all know this. If I'm not... caps lock is on. If I'm not traumatizing my players, I am not doing my job as a DM. Is reloading. Cool. Okay. Rifle. Tier 3. Agility. Very far. Two-handed. D10 plus 9. Magical. All right. Rocket Mall. Do I want to know what that thing is gonna look like? 3. Strength. Melee. Two-handed. D10 plus 7. Magical damage. What is your feature? Concussive. Hey, that's one I don't have to make. Okay. Okay. Crystal Spear. Finesse. Very close. One-handed. D10 plus 6 magical damage. And it is piercing. Okay. Arc wand. So I will say I did add my own weapons to my world specifically based on the tomes in Fire Emblem. So we've got Fire, Wind, Thunder, and Flux, which is your dark magic. And then it goes to Fire, Wind, Thunder, and Ruin. And they're like just flavored versions of the wand. They don't really get features until the tier 3 and tier 4 versions. And then they get stuff that's similar to like what they do in Fire Emblem, in that they're in their elements, or in the version of the dark magic, Nosferatu and what's the one before Nosferatu? Hold on. See, now it's gonna bug me. Where is it? Fenrir. They steal HP. And it's just my little nod to the fact that my world is very highly Fire Emblem inspired. Arc wand. That's what I was working on. Presence. Close. So because I might add, I don't know, I might add more versions based on more versions of the books in the Fire Emblem games. But for now, I like the way that I have it, one for each tier. 1d8 plus 6 magical. Bouncing. Cool. Okay. Rhyme scepter. Knowledge. Close. One-handed. D8 plus 6. Magical damage. Shit, did I change that to magical? Yes, okay. And then... new one. Okay, let's go add that. This is called freezing. And when an attack from this weapon causes a target to mark 2 or more HP, they become temporarily restrained. Cool. Alright. Man, it's 8:30 already. I think we're gonna get the weapons done tonight, and that's it. Gunblade! They made it magical, which this is not quite how a gunblade works in Final Fantasy, but I get why they changed it for here to prevent copyright. One-handed. D6 plus 6. Magical, and we're making you a versatile weapon, apparently. So the way that a gunblade in Final Fantasy actually works is it doesn't actually fire bullets. When you pull the trigger of a gunblade in Final Fantasy, it causes the blade to vibrate, giving it a chainsaw effect. Okay. D8 plus 6. Magical. Okay. Staff of Ogma. Instinct. Far. One-handed. D6 plus 7. Magical. Okay, is this? Nope, this is one I have to make. Okay. Let's see. Cataclysmic. On a successful attack, you can mark a stress to give an ally within close range a +3 bonus to their next attack roll. Cool. Okay. So that's all the tier 3 weapons. Let's move on to tier 4. Alright. We have legendary katana. Agility. Melee. Two-handed. D10 plus 12. Physical damage with the quick feature. Legendary brass knuckles. Tier 4. Strength. Melee. One-handed. D8 plus 10. No feature. Legendary scimitar. Oh, hi, Morgan. Psst, 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 psst. Presents. Melee, one-handed. D8 plus 10. No feature. Legendary twisted dagger. Uses knowledge. Melee. One-handed. D8 plus 9. You better not be chewing on cords over there, kitty cat. You're gonna get yourself in trouble. Piercing. Already gotten in trouble. Hey! Leave the cord alone. Excuse me while I yell at my cat. Legendary whip sword. For finesse. Very close. One-handed. Morgan, get out of there. You find yourself in the playpen for the rest of the stream. Yes, Morgan's being a little pissant. Attack. D10 plus 9. Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. Legendary rope dart. He's acting up because he's mad we went away last weekend. Yes, play with the string toy on the door. Please do that. Entertain yourself. I will play with you with the laser pointer after stream. Okay. Now into the special stuff. Severed Dragon Claw. I can think of a few people who might enjoy having that weapon. So we are Instinct, Melee, One-Handed, D10 plus 11. The Destructive property. Infinite Staff. Oh, I bet. Poor Byleth. I'm sure she was very happy having you home every day. D10 plus 9. Oh, nope. This is a new feature. Okay. Oh, God, wait. I just read it, what the feature is. This is just Goku's power pole. You can increase the range of this weapon up to very far. You gain a -1 penalty to attack rolls for each step you increase. I can't spell. Increase the range by. Such as melee to very close to close, or close to far. This is just a power pole. Somebody's going to make Sun Wukong out of a Simia. I just know it. Beck de Corbo? What is that? Is that an actual thing? Might look this up real quick. Oh! Oh, that's what that is. Okay. It's the really tiny hammer on the long stick. I feel like I should have known that. Agility. Very close. Two-handed. D10 plus 9. Okay. Black powder serpentine. I spell that right? I did not spell that right. And I have to be very nitpicky with the guns in my world, because technically black powder doesn't exist yet. It's going to, but not yet. Bar. So, like, the magic guns can be used. The ones that actually use gunpowder, I might have to put off letting people use until... I usually let my players invent black powder. So if one of my players doesn't invent black powder in, like, the first couple campaigns that I run in my world, then... Oh, this is a new one. Then I will have somebody else create it. But I usually like letting my players come up with gunpowder as a thing, like have their character be the inventor of gunpowder, because it's a nice little reference. It's a nice little thing to reference in later campaigns. Incendiary. -1 to agility. And then on a successful attack, all creatures within very close range of the target must mark a hit point. Okay. Clockwork crossbow. Finesse. Far. One-handed. D6 plus 11. Quick. Okay. And then... an arquebus. Which is another type of big firearm. It's kind of like a bigger blunderbuss. D8 plus 10. Reloading. Okay. That is all the tier 4 physical weapons. All of the primary weapons are done. Let's add our magical weapons. And maybe we'll have enough time to do the secondary weapons. We'll see. Alright, let's... Legendary bright sword. Strength. Two-handed. D10 plus 12. Magical. And no features. More presence. Melee. One-handed. D8 plus 9. Physical or magical. Otherworldly. Legendary enchanted chakram. Finesse. Close. One-handed. D6 plus 10. Magical. Ricochet. Cool. Okay. Legendary casting dagger. Lore. Instinct. Close. One-handed. D6 plus 9. Magical, and you are versatile. legendary runelocke pistol. See, like, this gun I would let my players have immediately. But the gunpowder one's not just yet until somebody invents gunpowder. Far. One-handed. D6 plus 12. Magical. Reloading. I hope you all are having fun. I know this is kind of a tedious little thing that I'm doing. No, very far. Right? Yeah, very far. Two-handed. D10 plus 12. Magical. 8. Okay. I think that's all the legendary stuff. And now we're into the special stuff. So we have a star metal blade. Here 4. Agility. Melee. One-handed. D8 plus 10. Magical damage. Serrated. Okay. Adder's Fang. For finesse, melee, one-handed, D8 plus 9 magical damage, and then oh, that's a new one. Okay. Venomous. Okay. When you deal major damage, major or greater damage with this weapon, the target becomes temporarily vulnerable, which is similar to prone in D&D in that attacks gain advantage. Okay. Let's see. What's next? Demon's Edge. Presence. Melee. One-handed. D8 plus 10. Magical. Oh, here's another new one. Ah! Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Disturbing. Okay. When you defeat a creature with this weapon, all adversaries within close range must mark a stress. Okay. It's kind of similar to the scary one, except it affects more adversaries. Hi, Lucina. Storm God's Great Axe. Strength. Aw, thank you, Kraz. Very close. two-handed, and D10 plus 9 magical damage. What are you playing? Oh, those are the nail clippers, Lucina. Let's not play with those. Unless you're telling me you need your nails done. In which case, I know. That's next on the list of things to do. Both you and your brother need your nails done. Okay. Ethereal Zweihander. Alright. Zweihander is a type of sword. Instinct. Very close. It's a long sword. Two-handed. It's also very heavy. D10 plus 9. Magical damage. And then... Alright, that's a new one. Ethereal. Okay, what does this do? You must mark a stress to conjure this weapon. It lasts until the end of the scene. Okay, last tier 4 magical weapon. Gravity Arbalist. Are you knocking my books over? Lucina. Normally it's your brother that misbehaves. What is the matter? Are you mad because Daddy locked you out? Daddy is also streaming. Let's see. Knowledge. Bar. Two-handed. D8 plus 6. Magical. Oh, that's another new one. Oh god, I hope I don't have to copy all of these again and that they'll just carry over into my other games. When you make an attack with this weapon, you can spend a hope to force all adversaries within close range of the target to make a reaction roll, DC 16. Creatures who fail must mark a stress and are pulled into melee range of the target. Cool. How much time do we have? I don't think we have enough time to do the secondary weapons. Yeah, there's quite a few of them. Plus the armor tables. Alright, I think this is where we're gonna call it, guys. I might work a little more on this off camera, or I'll save it for next time. But that is it for tonight. I will see you all tomorrow, not Thursday. Schedule is changing. I will see you all tomorrow for Potion Permit. But in the meantime, matane!